Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today your friend Dan will be recommending the top 10 best anime where the girl rejects the boy and regrets it. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe as well as turn on the notification bell and leave a like if you enjoy the video. Now without further ado, let's start. Number 10. Osamake. Suihara Maru is childhood best friends with one of Ozumino High School's most popular girls, Kuroha Shida. Cute, outgoing, and affectionate, Kuroha is the perfect older sister type. She has boys constantly begging at her feet to be with her. Yet, when she confesses to Suihara one day, he immediately rejects her. He just can't think of her in that way. Besides, he already has his sights set on his first love, school idol and renowned author Shiroko Sakachi. Suihara believes that he has a chance with Kachi after one fateful meeting, but soon, he finds out that Kachi has a boyfriend. With his dreams now shattered, Suihara agonizes over what could have been. That is, until Kuroha approaches him with a proposal. Let's get revenge. Number 9. Masamune-kun's Revenge. When Masamune was a child, he was rejected by a rich, beautiful girl named Aki Adagaki, who gave him the nickname Piggy for being overweight. Devastated, Masamune put great effort into working out to improve his appearance. Now a handsome yet narcissistic high school student, Masamune is determined to exact revenge. He will have Aki fall madly in love with him and ultimately reject her the next time they meet. To his surprise, Masamune discovers he has transferred into Aki's school. Setting his plan into motion, Masamune first begins to form a relationship with the brutal princess but, despite his efforts, fails miserably at his initial attempts. Shockingly, when Masamune finally progresses towards his vengeance, he receives a mysterious letter addressing him by his old nickname. Unless Masamune discovers the sender's identity, his plan is doomed before it even starts. Number 8. A Sister's All You Need. Itsuki Ashima is a light novelist obsessed with little sisters, strictly focusing on them when he writes his stories. Despite his personality, he is surrounded by a tight circle of friends. Mayuta Kani, a genius yet perverted novelist who is in love with him, Haruto Fuwa, a fellow male author whose work has seen considerable success, Miyako Shirakawa, a good friend that he met in college, and Chihiro, his perfect younger stepbrother who takes care of the housework and cooking. Together, they play strange games, go on spontaneous journeys, crack silly jokes, and celebrate each other's successes. However, each individual must also deal with their own issues, whether it is struggling to meet a deadline or coming to terms with traumatic events buried in their past. Number 7. Hijihiro. When regular salaryman Yoshida wakes up one Sunday morning after a long night at the bar, the last thing he expects to see is that his tiny apartment has a new resident, an unfamiliar high school girl. The previous night, despite finally gathering the courage to confess to his boss and longtime crush, Arigoto, Yoshida was rejected. After drowning his sorrows at a bar with his good friend Hashimoto, Yoshida headed back to his home in a drunken stupor, only to run into Sayu Ajiwara, a runaway high schooler. She asked him to let her stay the night, and with his judgment clouded by alcohol, Yoshida complied. Now, with his head on straight but with no memory of last night's events, Yoshida has Sayu explain just how she ended up sleeping at his apartment. Having listened to her story, Yoshida finds himself unable to kick her out, especially after learning that she came all the way from Hokkaido. So, despite his reservations about sheltering an underage girl, Yoshida allows her to stay, and their life together begins. Number 6. My Little Monster. Shizuku Mizutani is apathetic toward her classmates, only caring about her grades. However, her cold view of life begins to change when she meets Haru Yoshida, a violent troublemaker who stopped attending class after getting into a fight early in the school year. He is not much different from her, though. He too understands little about human nature and does not have any friends. Much to Shizuku's surprise, he proclaims that she will be his friend and immediately confesses his feelings toward her upon meeting her. Because of her lack of friends and social interaction, Shizuku has a hard time understanding her relationship with Haru. But slowly, their friendship begins to progress, and she discovers that there is more to Haru than violence. She begins to develop feelings for him, but is unsure what kind of emotions she is experiencing. Together, Shizuku and Haru explore the true nature of their relationship and emotions. Number 5. Scum's Wish. To the outside world, Hanabi Azuraka and Muji Iwaya are the perfect couple. But in reality, they just share the same secret pain. They are both in love with other people they cannot be with. Hanabi has loved her childhood friend and neighbor Narumi Kanai for as long as she can remember, so she is elated to discover that he is her new homeroom teacher. However, Narumi is soon noticed by the music teacher, Akane Managawa, and a relationship begins to blossom between them, much to Hanabi's dismay. Mugi was tutored by Akane in middle school, and has been in love with her since then. Through a chance meeting in the hallway, he encounters Hanabi. As these two lonely souls spend more time together, they decide to use each other as a substitute for the one they truly love, sharing physical intimacy with one another in order to stave off their loneliness. Number 4. Golden Time. Due to a tragic accident, Banri Tada is struck with amnesia, dissolving the memories of his hometown and past. However, after befriending Mitsuo Yanagisawa, he decides to move on and begin a new life at law school in Tokyo. But just as he is beginning to adjust to his college life, the beautiful Kuko dramatically barges into Banri's life, and their chance meeting marks the beginning of an unforgettable year. After having a glimpse of college life, Banri learns that he is in a new place and a new world, a place where he can be reborn, have new friends, fall in love, make mistakes, and grow. And as he begins to discover who he was, the path he has chosen leads him towards a blindingly bright life that he will never want to forget. Number 3. Koikimo. People fall in love in the most mysterious of ways. This statement seems to be especially true for the affluent genius playboy Ryu Amakusa. When he nearly falls off the stairs one rainy morning, a girl named Ichika Arima saves him. As if by fate, Ryu encounters Ichika again later that night. She happens to be the best friend of his little sister, Ryo. Wanting to thank her, Ryu attempts to woo Ichika by employing his usual flirtatious tactics only to be immediately shot down, his target creeped out by his behavior. Rather than being discouraged, Ryu instead becomes more enthralled by her, and he begins to do everything he can to steal Ichika's heart despite receiving disgusted reactions each time. However, as time passes by, will Ichika remain repulsed by Ryu's creepy yet dedicated advances? Number 2. Domestic Girlfriend. In their teenage years, few things can hurt people more than the heartaches that come with unrequited love. Such is the case for Natsuo Fuji, who has found himself entranced by his school's ever-cheerful teacher Hina. Deflated by this unreachable desire, Natsuo humors his friends and attends a mixer. There he meets Rui, a girl whose lack of excitement rivals that of himself. After bonding over their mutual awkwardness, Rui takes Natsuo to her house and asks him to have sex with her, hoping that the experience will stop her friends from treating her like a clueless child. With his hopeless feelings towards Hina still on his mind, Natsuo hesitantly agrees. Equally unfulfilled by their first times, the two decide to part ways as strangers. However, before he even has a chance to process this experience, Natsuo's father drops a major bombshell. He is getting remarried, and his new wife Tsukiko Tachibana is coming over now to meet Natsuo. As if that was not enough of a shock, her daughters, and, in turn, Natsuo's new sisters, are Hina and Rui Tachibana, the woman he's in love with and the girl with whom he shared his first night. Now, Natsuo must come to terms with the feelings he has for his step-siblings as his eyes open to a darker side of love. Number 1. Just Because. As another school year begins drawing to a close, the third-year high school students move steadily toward the next milestone of their lives, graduation. Among them are Mio Natsume, a girl burdened with lingering feelings, Hazuki Morikawa, a member of the concert band but distant from the others, and Haruto Soma, an athlete obsessed with baseball. Meanwhile, second-year student Aina Komiya seeks to revive the photography club to its former glory, refusing to let the organization be disbanded. Though this group lacks a strong connection with one another, their lives suddenly cross paths with the arrival of a third-year transfer student. While a transfer so close to graduation is unusual for most, it is business as usual for Ida Izumi. Due to his father's work, he has never been able to stay in one place for very long. But as luck would have it, their most recent relocation has returned Ida to his hometown for his final semester of high school. For better or worse, it also sparks the rekindling of old relationships left behind in the past. With graduation already causing its own share of anxieties, Ida's sudden arrival brings these students' carefree days to an abrupt end. Long forgotten memories, deeply buried emotions, and inspiring new passions, everything is brought to light in their bittersweet final semester. Well everyone, that's it for today's. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you're new, remember to hit the notifications button for more upcoming video. See you guys in the next one.